Weakness. In Spanish, debilidad. Meaning 1. The property of lacking physical or mental strength. 2. The ability to flourish under pressure or stress or strains. Sentence 1. His weakness increased as he became older. 2. The weakness of the span was overlooked until it collapsed. 3. Hypothetical periodic paralysis is an inherent disorder that causes occasional episodes of muscle weakness. Synonym. Lack, lapse, vulnerability, flaw, instability, flawly, shortcoming, deficiency, gap, fragility. Antonym. Strength, plenty, enough, success, perfection, disinclination, hatred, hate, dislike, strong point, arbitrage. In Spanish, debilidad. Forcibly, a la fuerza in Spanish. Meaning 1. In a forcible manner. 2. Done or effects by force. Sentence 1. Keep in mind the dangers of imposing our own values and prejudice too forcibly. 2. It is irresponsible guardianship on the part of many parents for forcibly compel their children's behave in the line with their own. Synonym. Mildly, hard, energetically, effectively, conceivably, be force, compulsorily, vigorously, strongly, powerful. Antonym. Non compulsorily, weakly. In Spanish, a la fuerza. Ferment. In Spanish, fermento. Meaning 1. What up into agitation of resistance. 2. Agitation. 3. Commotion. Sentence 1. The religion is fermented Africa. 2. With a breakup of the Soviet Union, much of Eastern Europe was in a state of ferment. 3. He said fruit juice and liquid honey in a temperate climate will easily ferment, allowing for the production of alcohol. Synonym. Simmer, city, leaven, yeastly, bacteria, yeasting, bacterium, worm, mold, leaven. Antonym. Peace, contentedness, happiness, calm, quiet, tranquility, stillness, calmness, pleasure. In Spanish, fermento. Concertado in Spanish. Meaning, mutuality agree on. 2. Done together. Sentence 1. The Girl Scouts in the troop made a concerted effort to raise funds for their annual outing, and imitated a concerted sing with their leader and others said that they had realized their goal. 2. They made concerted efforts to provide learning experience. Synonym. Combined, planned, joint, united, aggregate, prerequisite, collaborative, mutual. Antonym. Disarrayed, uncoordinated, disorganized, disordered, separate. In Spanish, concertado. Report. En Spanish, report, informe o reporte. Meaning 1. A short account of the news. Sentence 1. The report of the hate speech. 2. Thus, a report, a particular pattern of behaviors, an evolutionary story to explain the behaviors. Synonyms: write-up, description, word, picture, information, record, note, summary, dispatch, detail, acknowledgement, antonym, cute, suppression, concealment, ignorance, silence, question. En Spanish, informe. Abusive. In Spanish, abusivo. Meaning 1. Characterized by physical or psychological maltreatment. 2. Constantly insulting. 3. Physical harmful. Sentences 1. Abusive punishment. 2. Argued that foster homes are abusive. 3. An abusive parent damages a child both mentally and physically. 4. In meaning with that Cass and his staff, he could be abusive and intimidating. Synonym: censorious, rude, insulting, offensive, libidinous, invective, insolent, disparaging, deserved, defamatory. Antonym: complimentary, nice, respectful, keen. En Spanish, abusivo. Press. En Spanish, prensa. Meaning 1. The act of pressing. 2. The exertion of pressure. Sentence 1. This is a pressing problem. 2. The press describes his performance of vulgar and obscene. Synonyms: magazine, writing, media, report, columnist, journalist, correspondent, newspaper, journals, papers. Antonym: calm, peace, harmony, slowness, daily, relations. En Spanish, prensa. Annex. En Spanish, anexo. Meaning 1. Verb: to add or affix at the end. 2. Noun: and supplementary building or addition to a building. Sentence 1. Space will be converted to use book annex. Synonym: affix, addition, appendix, addendum, ring, subsidiary, attachment, supplement, adjust, arm. Antonym: disconnect, bust, subtraction, lessening, leave off, loosen, detail, divorce, disunit, disjoin. En Spanish, anexo. Voluntarily. Voluntariamente. En Spanish. Meaning 1. Out of your own free will. Sentence 1. He voluntarily submit to the fingerprint. 2. Some brands are already voluntarily standing the are clone free. Synonym: deliberately, spontaneously, friendly, willingly, without protein, without being asked, optionally, by preference, by choice, intentionally. Antonym: involuntary, obligatory, forced, unintentionally. En Spanish, voluntariamente. Dissociation. En Spanish, disociación. Meaning 1. Separation of substance or molecule into its constituent parts of heat or chemical process. Sentence 1. The electricity from the cell powers the solution and the heat makes the process more efficient. Synonym: divorce, dissolución, severance, division, disjunction, disengagement, insolution, segregation, disconnection, break, atomic, connection, attachment, association, rupture, union. In Spanish, disolución.